My name is Shabnam Mogharabi. I'm the general manager and co-founder of SoulPancake, a media and entertainment company about human connection that I started 10 years ago with actor Rainn Wilson. We're a division of Participant Media, and we primarily focus on entertainment and good storytelling that creates change. SoulPancake and Participant Media were really interested in this emerging category of content called impact entertainment, the marriage of traditional entertainment with issue and impact. And so we partnered with BrandStorytelling to commission a survey around this emerging category of impact entertainment. We partnered with the Harris Poll and surveyed more than 500 brand marketers. These brand marketers were either manager level or higher in their organizations. Their organizations were generating 10 million in revenue or higher, and actually 25% of the participants ended up being from the C-suite. So we really captured a good essence of the marketing community and their perspectives and thoughts around impact entertainment. The three main takeaways that we took from the survey that we conducted really fell into three buckets. First was that indifference really is no longer an option. I think historically, brands have shied away from being too controversial or taking too big of a stance on societal issues. But what the survey revealed is that actually 85% of brand marketers believe that staying silent on controversial issues is actually worse than being controversial. It can not only hurt brand awareness, but it can also hurt financial performance as a brand. So it's really a shift away from historically what brands have done. The second big takeaway that we learned was that there's actually a lack of flow of information. In the C-suite, there's actually a lot of enthusiasm around impact entertainment. They see value in it, they want to invest in it, they think that it strategically aligns around their values. And yet there was a 10 to 15 percentage point difference in the responses that the general marketing audience gave in terms of the interest and enthusiasm in the space of impact entertainment. So it seems that from a vision and leadership perspective, there's a lot of interest in this space of marrying traditional entertainment with impact work, and yet that information isn't getting conveyed down to the folks who have to execute against that vision. In addition to that, we were seeing a real skills gap in that there's a lot of interest in impact entertainment, yet people don't know where to start. They don't know how to develop their creative strategy. They don't know where to begin on their journey. And so there was a big skills gap as well that emerged as part of the survey results. The third takeaway that I thought was really interesting was that there's really a purpose gap in the work as well. So what you'll see is that if you ask brand marketers, what are the results you're trying to get from doing this impact entertainment work? Most of them, more than half, are saying it's brand awareness, brand lift, audience engagement. But only 38% are saying that it's actual impact in the issue area they care about and a positive result in that issue area. And so you have brands saying, oh, we want to stand for purpose and we want to create something awesome that means something for the world, yet we're not going to measure that as part of our KPIs. And that's a real disconnect. And I actually think it very much so is a call to arms for the industry and a challenge to say, hey, if you really want to be authentic about your purpose work, about the why of why you exist as a brand, you have to also measure the results in that issue area. So one of the things that was really interesting to find was that when we surveyed the marketers and asked them who they turn to for advice on how to navigate impact entertainment, the number one response was their agencies. And I think that agencies absolutely have a role to play when it comes to entertainment. They can help with the media, the marketing, the distribution of the content. But I do think one of the gaps that they have in terms of information is that they don't necessarily understand the inner workings of Hollywood and traditional entertainment. They don't necessarily understand the film financing world and the packaging world when it comes to traditional entertainment. And they also don't necessarily have the type of creative talent that Hollywood can offer. And so I do think that while an agency has an important role to play, you do need to build the right team when you're thinking about exploring impact entertainment. It can be scary to enter a space you've never been in before. And acknowledging that is part of the battle, that this is unknown territory and this is something that maybe you haven't tried before as a brand or corporation. But again, I don't think it's about putting all your marketing eggs in that basket. I think impact entertainment and entertainment in general is one element of the matrix that you use to engage with consumers. I also think it's really important to think about the KPIs, the goals and the objectives and the ROI on entertainment differently. You can't use the same marketing benchmarks of brand awareness and brand lift when it comes to entertainment. The way we think about it is there's kind of 4 buckets that you really need to think about. One is revenue, not sales, but really revenue. Were you able to sell a project? Were you able to get it placed? What does the P&L of the entertainment model look like? The second bucket is really around audience. How is an audience engaging in that? What do the ratings show? What does the viewership show on that piece of content? And how did the audience engage around the issue? The third, related to the purpose gap that we're seeing, is really around the issue area that you created the content for. Did you see a change in that issue area? Was there an uptick in your association as a brand with that issue area and that impact focus? And then finally, and the fourth area really, which a lot of brands don't consider, is prestige. Being in the entertainment business gives you access to talent that you may not be able to work with previously. And so I think prestige is another factor that you can consider. But those KPIs are actually different from traditional marketing KPIs. And so you have to think a little bit differently about how you even measure entertainment from your traditional branded content or advertising work.